Hello everyone, welcome back to PYQ series Anthro View. So today we are going to take up 2024 paper 2 question. They asked stunting and wasting among the tribal children of India. So the question says that stunting and wasting among tribal children of India. Okay, this is the question. How you are going to write an answer to this question? Basically, you have to deal with three parts, that is introduction, body and conclusion, right? So in the introduction, what you're going to write? First, you'll talk what is stunting, what is wasting. After discussing what is stunting and wasting, you'll try to say that these two components are the main reason in tribals. Okay, these are the ones which represent chronic and acute undernutrition. Okay, so stunting and wasting, these two problems represent the acute undernutrition among the tribals. And then you will say that first you will talk what is stunting, what is wasting, and then you will say that these two are the these two represents the acute undernutrition among the tribal children. And after that you will say that the reasons include various socio-cultural, environmental, economical factors, okay, because of which the prevalent conditions are there. Then in the body, what you're going to do in the body is that first you'll try to highlight the prevalence. Okay, so you'll try to show the stunting and wasting. How do you show it? You take PVTGs. Since you already study in 6th unit, their health, so there you'll be knowing the stats, show that how the stunting and wasting percentages are present among the PVTGs. Then you take some northeast example, show the tribes, because if you take Khasis, so among the Khasis what happens is that there is no proper weaning practices. So they don't feed the child in a proper way after birth, and because of lack of breastfeeding in right amounts, the child undergoes various problems with respect to weaning, with respect to the stunting. So you can write the example of northeast and you can write other example. So first you will try to show that, see, this is the condition of the tribes, and after showing these three with the help of the stats, you can take the help of the stats of National Family Health Survey 3, 4, 5. You can take the help of these things and try to highlight it. And after that you write the contributing factors. So what are the factors that are responsible? So first you'll write cultural factors. So cultural factors, what do they include? They include the dietary practices. Okay, so dietary practices, so in dietary practices, you notice only few varieties dominate. Okay, and you can write the examples. In some of the tribes they don't include the salt, in some of the tribes they don't have dairy products. And if you notice, in some of the tribes, like in Palghar district of Maharashtra, 83% of the tribal children are only given three varieties of food. Okay, rice, pulses and other type. Okay, so only 3 types of food dominates, and rest of the 17% only have the diversity of food. So the dietary practices or the dietary varieties are not diversified; they are limited, and because of which they don't get enough required nutrition, and that leads to undernutrition. So you can write the examples whatever you learn in your tribal anthropology. Then you can write about the parental education. They lack, parents don't have understanding, and because of their less literacy and employment, they do not know which food is right for their children. That is one of the reason. And next is economic condition. Okay, so PVTGs, you already know their condition is very bad with respect to socio-economic status, and they can't afford to have nutritious food. Henceforth, that also leads to undernutrition. Again, coming to healthcare, if you notice the prevalence of undernutrition, there is almost 36 to 38% among the boys and girls. What is the reason for this prevalence? If you look at it carefully, you will understand that PVTGs, they don't have access to the health infrastructure. Remote, they are living in the remote areas, and right assistance, okay, and at the right time, right medical assistance at the right time is not available. Because if you want to prevent problems of nutrition at the later point of time, you should take immediate action when the child is very young. Okay, so when the child is at lesser age, if you are not taking the action at that point of time, in some cases it is not reversible. Okay, so they notice in PVTGs, they notice the highest anemia even among the boys as well, not just girls. You notice this among the boys as well. So here, what are the different factors you can mention? Socio-cultural factors you can mention. You can mention the economic conditions, educational factors, and environmental, because they don't have proper hygienic practices. That also leads to the undernutrition, right? So you'll write first how it is prevalent. You'll show that these are the stats among different tribes, and that shows the prevalence of the undernutrition, okay, wasting and stunting, and what are the reasons for it, okay, and then you substantiate with some study. Okay, here Dr. Upasoma De and Samiran Bisai, okay, these two people, what they have done meta analysis. Okay, they have done comprehensive meta analysis, and they have written a research article, that is prevalence of undernutrition. Prevalence of prevalence of undernutrition among the tribal children of India. Okay, so prevalence of undernutrition among the tribal children of India. The systemic review. So what they have done, they have taken all the publications. Okay, so they have taken all the publications, whatever the research papers that are there, and they have tried to understand, and they have done the meta-analysis of undernutrition among the tribal children. And there they have highlighted that among the tribal children, you notice 44% of stunting and 23% of wasting. Okay, so wasting is half of stunting. Okay, so in the stunting part, you notice 44% and 23% among the wasting. This is in preschool level of tribal children. And they have highlighted the same factors that we have discussed. So this part you can write. This shows that whatever you are writing is authentic and it is relevant. Okay, so rather than making your answer very general, you can make it very authentic and relevant to the subject by giving a proper stats, okay, giving reference to the researches that is published and especially among the tribes. This is the way that you can highlight. And we know that the stunting and wasting, in the conclusion what you can write is that the stunting and wasting among the tribal population, especially among the PVTs, is a result of social, cultural and economic factors, and henceforth an anthropological perspective of understanding the reasons behind the undernutrition in the tribal children from all the angles, because only when you understand their cultural practices, their beliefs, okay, and their cultural way of living, then only you can try to resolve the problem. So anthropological studies emphasize the importance, anthropological studies whatever that are done, that emphasizes the importance of understanding the cultural beliefs, okay. So the cultural beliefs and their practices, the social structures, and when you understand these properly, then you will be able to address. Or else if you think by providing employment the problem will be solved, by providing education the problem will be solved, it's not, because in maybe because of their culture they don't believe in eating something. So if you don't understand that, and rather if you try to just address in unidimensional way rather than holistic or anthropological way, that would be only semi serve the purpose, okay. So the purpose will be semi serve. So henceforth an anthropological understanding of this process is needed to deal the problem holistically. So that way you can conclude and write the answer. So I hope you are clear. In the intro you talk about what is stunting, wasting, and tell that these two are the main reasons for acute undernutrition among the tribal children, and you say that in the introduction itself as a linking line, okay. So the linking phrase will be there to intro and body, right. So there you can say that the reasons for this includes various factors such as socio-political, economical and cultural, and in the body you try to show the prevalence among the various tribal populations, PVTGs, northeast, and you can write northeast tribes or any tribes that you remember, you show it and try to highlight the factors behind such prevalence. You can write the cultural examples of various tribes, socio-cultural factors, political and economic factors, and you can also show environmental factors, and then you can write the study. You can write any study, but relevant one is very important. So this is the prevalence of undernutrition among the tribal children of India, because this was in 2019 and they have tried to accumulate most of the research papers and try to publish it. So there you can highlight that in the preschool level children that this is 44% of stunting and 23% of wasting is seen. This you can write, and then you can say that anthropological understanding of malnutrition among the tribes is very much necessary, because the malnutrition or undernutrition that you notice among the tribals is not just result of the economic factors, rather it is a combination of cultural beliefs, practices and the social structures surrounding it, okay. So and then you can conclude. So in the next session we'll take up the other question, and if you want any question to be discussed in specific you can comment. I'll be taking up that question, okay. Thank you.